Hi there, everybody. In ICT1, this is for module 2.3, and today I thought I would use a different tool for screen capture, and that is the recording feature within Google Meet. So although we are not encouraged, in fact, discouraged to use the recording feature with students when they are on with you, because of privacy reasons, you can unlock the powers of Google Meet as a screen capture function by going down here to the bottom right hand corner of the screen, going to the three dots. And if you have this open and if your administrator has enabled it, you are able to in fact record your screen. So right now you should be seeing my entire screen, and soon I'm going to change that over to recording a window, just a specific window. I'll show you how to do that. So right now you can see that I am presenting something, but if you go down here and stop presenting, which you eventually won't be able to see, you can pick present a window. Tip though, don't pin your screen of what you're presenting, because this will happen. Okay. Which, although it looks like a lot of fun, can be very confusing to people that you're trying to show a presentation to. Alrighty, so when I was listening to the video from ICT, it got me thinking about a model of learning and a model of teaching from several years ago, from 2014, called the SAMR model. So I'd like to share with you a little tool that I created using Google Drawing today to try to help me integrate my understandings of the SAMR model, which is very similar to ISTE's recommendations for teachers and their standard for teachers, and how that might translate through. I had to conceptualize it that way because the standards for teachers, there is a giant list there with a whole bunch of information, and it just helps me to better understand how I can apply this in my own practice. So now I am going to present a window for you folks. And I'm going to pick this window here, and you should soon see my sources. I'm using Noodle Tools as my sources here, but I have created for you and included for you a link to a little planner that I created using Google Drawing. So this planner helped me conceptualize and put into place some ideas for lessons and how I could incorporate this specifically with the Canadian World Studies curriculum and the critical thinking skills, because being a history teacher, history and law teacher, as one of my two of my teachables, third one being special ed, I was trying to find a way that I could plan for lessons that way, or think about how that would build into my teaching. So this is a great strength of mine, which is thinking about specifically the redefinition, I find, of technology in the classroom. So integrating technology into the classroom. My steps through this, I started at a substitution place about just how Google Docs I could use to create sheets, and then students could submit those to me and I could submit feedback on them. But I've gone through the different steps of thinking about it in more of a modification way, and using this planner, I have color-coded it to show where I've connected that with critical thinking skills in the Canadian World Studies curriculum, and realized that as I was doing that, a lot of these critical thinking skills lined up directly with the ISTE standards for students. So for anyone who says to me that the study of history or the study of law or anything like that, or any of the liberal arts education, does not encourage 21st century learning or critical thinking or anything like that, then I would say to them, please take a look at this planner here and how that does that. So the strengths of students. So students up to this point, unless we begin to teach the redefinition portion of technology in the classroom and how students can empower themselves, can become digital citizens, can be global collaborators, then we really have to move on to the redefinition part of things. So you can see here in the redefinition part, I have begun to talk about students creating an online platform to run and participate in a sustainable development conference that would be board-wide. It could even be province-wide, that students can use some sort of online platform to collaborate, much like Google Meet here, and participate in a province-wide forum on sustainable development to show themselves as leaders of tomorrow. I'm going to go back to that. So a strength for students right now, I think substitution would definitely be a strength for students, and maybe even augmentation. However, in lessons with my law class today, I realized that a number of them didn't even know how to utilize Gale Power Search and incorporate Gale Power Search or link that to a citation builder so they could find high quality information. You can see in here augmentation, and then knowledge constructor is within examining opinions, so doing research on opinions. I'm colorblind, so hopefully you folks can see these colors all right. Anyways, okay, so right, that is about it. Like I said, I will include my sources. I guess a challenge for me is to consistently think about the redefinition part of this, the modification and redefinition of the higher order thinking pieces of the SAMR model. And if I have to start to teach students to be empowered learners and digital citizens, that's something, and global collaborators, those are skills that have to be worked in more and more in everyday projects, and thinking in those skills like collaboration. Using Google Meet for breakout rooms would be a great starting point. Using Google Chat for breakout rooms as well is a good starting point for that. Great. Thank you so much for listening today. If you have any questions, please reply. I'd love to hear from people, and I look forward to commenting on other people's posts as well. Talk to you soon.